Hello students, welcome to EasyElimu Learning Simplified. I am your teacher as always, Mr. Stanley Ombogo. So dear students, uh, in this video I want us to look at the language and style that we have in scene 1 of Act 2. That is having looked at the character portrayal and roles, and again having looked at the major themes that we also have in the scene. So let us look at the language and style that we are able to identify in this scene. So, dear students, here are some of the styles that are used in scene 1, Act 2 of The Samaritan. So, the first style is imagery. So under imagery, we are going to look at vivid description. We are going to look at, that is simile. We are also going to look at personification. Apart from personification, we're also going to look at symbolism. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the quartets are all under imagery. So we are also going to look at the second style, that is foreshadow. Then we also have a flashback. There is also irony. We have biblical allusion. Then there is also a story within a story in this scene. Next, we are going to be looking at idiomatic expressions. Then lastly, we are going to wrap it up with rhetorical questions. That is by looking at a rhetorical question as a style used in this scene. So dear students, let us begin with the first one under imagery, that is vivid description. So remember, we said that imagery is the use of visually descriptive language. The use of visually descriptive language. So vivid description is just one of the visually descriptive languages that writers employ in their literary work. So looking at vivid description, dear students, let us look at the manner in which that is Nicole's room is described. So remember, the room is described in the state directions. So at the beginning of the scene, let me just read it very fast so that we identify how the room is vividly described. So we are told that the following morning, Thursday around 8 a.m. at the Sagrada Secondary School, Nicole is seated in her office. Now here is where the vivid description comes in. A spacious room with an oak table that has 3 drawers on each side of her seat. In front of the table are 2 office chairs placed facing each other. The table is arranged neatly with books on the left-hand side, a notebook and a pen on the right-hand side, and a laptop in the middle. There is a soft knock on the door, blah, blah, blah. So I want to believe that you've gotten that part where Nicole's room is being described vividly. So it gives that visual representation, or one can easily create the image in their mind. That is by simply looking at how or the manner in which the words have been used to describe that setup, the setup of the room. So the next style that we have, so in the state direction that I've read, has explained everything that is about Nicole's room. So the next style that we are also going to talk about is simile. So just a reminder, the use of words like, or, as, dot, 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 as, to do what? To show comparison. So Nicole says the municipality is like the Jewish man in many ways. So he compares the municipality with the Jewish man that we have in the story of the Samaritan. That is the parable of the Samaritan. So the leaders are also like the priest and the Levite in the story of the Good Samaritan. So remember, the priests and the Levite, being religious, failed to come to the rescue of the dying man who was left for dead, so only to be rescued by the Good Samaritan. So the leaders also resemble. They also resemble, or they have got certain similarities as that of the priest and the Levite in the parable of the Good Samaritan. So the next aspect of style, dear students, is personification. So remember, we say that personification is when we give inanimate things the quality of human beings. Uh, I was chased by the moon. The cup dared me to pour water in it, something like that. So when we give qualities of human beings to non-living things, then that is what we call personification. So on page 53, dear students, on page 53, we are told that this harp must not be killed. That is when Nicole, that is the ethic and innovation teacher, tries to encourage the two students, Alvita and Montano, to continue pursuing the app. So we know what she meant when she said that the app must not be killed. So in other terms, it means that the app must not be stopped or discarded. So when she says that the app must not be killed, then it's like the app is now having some human qualities that so the app is able to breathe and do all sorts of stuff. So that is personification. So this is the part where she talks about that. So stand firm with the app and demand that the leaders do things right. This app will help us, and it must not be killed. And it must not be killed. So in a way, it's like the app is also, living. So there is also symbolism. There is also symbolism. So this is an aspect of style, that has that uses a language that has got or maybe a word that symbolizes something. So the shepherd have turned against the sheep, in which the shepherd are the leaders at the Maracas municipality, whereas the sheep are the citizens. So when you talk about the shepherd here symbolizes the leaders, because they are the ones who are supposed to be leading. They're supposed to be providing essential services to the citizens. Then we have now the sheep that the shepherd have turned against. So in this case, dear students, the sheep symbolizes the citizens. So when the shepherd turns against the sheep, then it is the sheep that suffers. So that is symbolism. Then we also have another aspect of style, that is foreshadow. So Montano thinks that the Samaritan might get Nicole in trouble, and later in the play, it brings trouble for her. So when you talk about foreshadow as a style, dear students, these are the ability to predict, or maybe to talk about certain things that might occur or happen in the foreseeable future. So in their dialogue, Montano thinks that this app will get our teacher into trouble when they are expressing the fears that they had. So again, Montano still emphasizes on the impending danger that Nicole may face, and that uh, is later on witnessed in the play when Nicole is arrested, charges, some allegations that are not true, also uh, put on our charge sheets and all that. But we later on uh, uh, witnessed what the unity of people is capable of doing. So the next style, dear students, is flashback. So Montano tries to recall the ultimatum the mayor gave to Nicole during the previous year on the closing day at school, while warning her of the what? Of the impending danger. Suppose she fails to do as ordered by the mayor. So he tries to, Montano tries to take us back to what happened earlier on during the previous year. And this is in scene one of the play. So there is also irony. That is, Montano finds it ironical that the leaders would reject the Samaritan when it is something good for the people. So remember, it is good for the people, but it is not good for the leaders. And that is why they are trying to call it a witch hunt. So they do not want their dirty linen to get exposed. So this beautiful idea is just ruining, their plans and their day in, day out looting of the public funds. So again, it is ironical that the leaders whom citizens entrust power and expect to help them fail to come to their aid. So we're only told that the leaders are serving or talking about uh, their own interest. So they have neglected their duties. So Nicole tells Montano that the irony in their leaders who talk about public interest and they miss to act. So they talk about public interest, but in real sense, what they do is that they look at their private interests. And that is why Mayor Mosi uses his personal and private interests to lead the people of Maracas municipality. So again, Nicole finds irony in the life of the leaders. That is when she compares their lifestyle with the amount of money they are earning, their salaries. So their salaries do not match their lifestyles and vice versa. There's no way you could be selling, let's say, bananas, just an example, dear students. So you cannot be selling bananas, then after 2 weeks, you are having a new car. So how possible is that? It is impossible. So this is again what is happening in the municipality. So the leaders are living a flaunty lifestyle that cannot be supported by their salaries, as we all know the amount of money that they earn. So it is also ironical that the religious priest and the Levite, who hold the same Christian ideologies with the Jewish man, did not help him. Yet the Samaritan man, with a different religious background, helped him and took him to a safe place. When we talk about religion, Christians must come together and help fellow Christians. But if Christians fail to help their fellow Christian, and later on helped by maybe a pagan, then it brings out some aspect of irony. It's like saying that I have a brother, so my brother is in danger. Then I call for someone who is maybe a distant relative or simply a friend or a stranger to go and help my brother. So it is ironical. So there is also biblical allusion, that is Nicole uses the parable of the Samaritan, by referring to the Luke chapter 10, verse 25 to 39 in the biblical story. So ensure that you also find that chapter. Go read that chapter and find out if the story truly matches what we are told in this scene. So again, under biblical allusion, we are also told that Nicole reveals that a priest and a Levite had seen the injured man who lay helplessly, but they had ignored him and gone their way. So they are only helped by the Samaritan who dressed his wounds and took him to a safe place. Now, still under biblical allusion, Nicole brings out the aspect of being one another's keeper, who takes care of one another as indicated in the Bible. That is Genesis chapter 4, verse 1 to 3. Also find time and go through that chapter and ensure that the information that we have in the scene matches what the chapter says. So another aspect of style that we have is a story within a story. So the story of the Good Samaritan is a story told within a story aimed to bring out the irony in the society and show that leaders are negligent of the duties that are endowed to them by members of the public. Then the last aspect of style that we are coming across in this scene, dear students, is idiomatic expression. So we have the word chicken out, that means fear. Then we have another idiomatic expression that is used, smelling trouble. That is suspecting that maybe something bad might happen later on. So dear students, thank you for keeping it easy, EasyElimu, and I have enjoyed this session a lot. So there is also this style that I was almost forgetting, that is use of rhetorical questions. So Montano asks, why would the leaders reject what is good for the people? So it just invites the audience to see the satirical nature of leadership in this. So it is creating some emphasis. We really do not want to answer that. We are not interested in answering that. But the fact that it is emphasizing or inviting the audience to see the satirical nature of leadership, especially in Maracas community, makes it a what? A rhetorical question. Then Alvita also asked, could they transfer you from our school? So this to show the concern and the love that they have for their teacher. Lastly, Nicole asks, where do they get the money? So that is where the leaders get the money that they use to flaunt their rich lifestyle from. So that is the end of this episode, and thanks for watching, dear students.